Did you ever wish there was a way to mine through several big documents at once? Or have you ever just wanted to replace yourself? What about giving written instructions once and then having a robot follow those instructions in different contexts? Well, today I'm going to show you how. All right, since it's Friday today, let's start out by going to the Friday bot. In order to get there, it's easier if you go to the browser version of ChatGPT. You might enjoy using the desktop app, but in order to go to the GPTs that you do not have in your list already, go to Explore GPTs, and you can type in any topic under the sun into the box there, and there are over 1 million of these. So check that out. Or you can click on My GPTs, the one that you have created. So you can scroll down through those, and it shows you all of yours there. So I'm just going to go back. If you want to create a new one, in order to do this, you need to have the $20 per month version called Plus. So ChatGPT Plus. Highly recommend it. It'll save you hours and hours and help you be more effective at your job and everything else. So oftentimes when I teach people this, it comes up with on create there. You'll need to click configure and make sure that's highlighted in order to get these options. So this is how you create a custom ChatGPT. And you put the name in there, you put the description in, and the instructions. So let me show you one that I've created recently. I created this just today. It is the Friday bot. So I'm going to show you if you want to get behind the scenes to a bot you've already created, and you're not able to do this for a bot that someone else made, but if you made it, you can click up here, Friday bot, and go to Edit GPT. So now you can see I have named it, and for this I used Dolly. And after you name it, so name it first, and then you can come up with a description if you want, that uses that information to create the little icon there for it. So this is the Friday bot. It shows Friday there. It looks like every day is Friday apparently for the Friday bot. But this bot helps you write any communication for Friday. So I told it what to do here, use specific phrases, and I didn't give it any starters there, but I can say, ask my boss to get off early next in 2 weeks, right? So we would never ask to get off early on the day of, right? No one would ever do that. But that creates a kind of a starter, like easy select there. Or let's do one more. Uh, Ask everybody where they want to go to lunch. Okay. So now I'm going to, so that's updated there, and I'm going to, it's updated already, but I always, out of paranoia, click it again. And that allows me to also, for this to pop up. So I've published this to the ChatGPT store, and I will stick the link in the description for you to check out the Friday bot if you so desire. So now I'm in the Friday bot, and I can tap one of those, and it just takes that and runs with it, and it types up a nice little message there. Or I can type my own, and I can say, tell everybody that I'm going golfing as planned, but I have 30 minutes to help with anything they need. Okay, so it writes that little thing, and it contextualizes it on Friday. So one thing I love about this is that if you do a lot of writing with ChatGPT, it's the risk that you run sometimes is just that people feel that it's not genuine. And now you've put in the thought to make it a little more customized, a little more human, right? This next custom GPT is very exciting because you can use it to create your very own personalized learning experiences on any topic. And it creates an exciting story and pulls you in as the protagonist of the story, asking you questions, evaluating your responses, guiding you through the whole thing. And so typically when we use ChatGPT, it's like you put something in, you get something out, right? In this case, we're handing over the keys and it's driving, and it creates this whole deep simulation experience. It's very fun. It offers a near infinite amount of real-time feedback. So now let's do something a little more complex. We'll go to a bot that I've already created called business case simulator. And let's say we're choosing a new CTO for a company that has 1,700 stateside engineers and 1,150 in Japan, Turkey, and the Philippines. So it's this very international company. And it creates a simulation based on this. So I can go through this and it creates characters. It's got this urgent beginning of the story. It asks me a question and then it wants to know, what I want to do. So I'm going to pick option 2 and it's going to give me some feedback on that. It tells me what's going on in the story, and it gives me some points for what I did. Apparently, it wasn't the best decision, so I just made a random choice there. But so the drama builds, and it's asking me another question. I'm gonna say that number 3 this time. So there we go. It's talking about my decision. It gives me some feedback, offers me some points, and gives me some feedback. So here's the first big event coming up, and I get to decide, what I want to do. So this is based on this input. If I go back to it and I say, I want to go to this business case simulation. Let's say I don't want to do one of these 4, but instead I want to, so I just clicked on it so that kind of started in order to get it out of the, tab here. Now I can mess with this. Let's say I want to divest part of the company. Surprise me. So I want to divest part of the company. And let's see what it comes up with here. So situation, divesting part of the company, setting the stage. It's giving me some setting there, introducing me to all these players, and then giving the initial discussion. Here's what people are thinking and saying, and here's my options. It's giving me a choice to make here. So what do I want to do next? I didn't read the options, but let's say C. So then it's going to give me this, this branching scenario that goes through. And here we go. So we've got these responses here, and I can go through this whole thing and then respond to the next piece of it. It's going to take me through this whole simulation that it's creating on the spot. So what I did is I created a custom GPT and I gave it some instructions there. And then I gave it some starter conversations. Each of these is basically the same except for what the part that it's about that you saw me replace just now. And then what I did is earlier I had ChatGPT first I said create a persona outline with somebody's, how they feel, their personality, the type of work they do for a chief officer. And then I had it fill in using that outline. I had it create these 8 different people, and it brings in different people in different scenarios, but it has this rich depth of character and context to work with for each simulation that it builds. So typically when you ask ChatGPT, build a simulation for me, it may or may not be good at coming up with details and context and developing that plot thoroughly. But this, given this background, it understands that this is a simulation, so it's not going to use these exact players every time, but it grabs these characters and uses characters like these ones that are similarly developed. Does that make sense? So let's say that I was doing this for a specific company. I could upload the mission, vision, values. I could upload the company newsletter, whether that's a PDF or a Word doc or a PowerPoint. It can read all those files. So that would help it to create a simulation around the company itself and use kind of the culture and the language and the context of that particular company. Other uses for this, I would use this for running marketing projects. You're marketing to specific customers of a company, and you'd want to have that mission, vision, values, product descriptions, copy and paste the content from the website, And then you can also tell it in the instructions, use this particular website as your foundational knowledge, right, in there. So you can include that, and then you can include web browsing there. Sometimes it's good to turn off the web browsing if you just want it to focus very strictly on certain information. And a good example of that might be if you use this for an HR department. Let's say that you were a benefits administrator and you said, man, I would love to make one of these for my people that ask me questions every day about the benefits. And so you can put all the benefits documentation in here, just upload it, and then give it some instructions, maybe tell it some to-dos and some don't do's so that it knows, oh, here's information I should give, here's information I should not give. And then put any disclaimers in there that you want to do. And then you can either feed in the questions that you're getting, or you can hand it out. Let's say I wanted to share this with other people. So I just click share, and then I could say, I want to put this in the ChatGPT store, like just like I did before. I can save it. So this one's just mine for now. I'm going to hold on to it. But, oh, what the heck? I'll share it with you too. So I'll put it in the store so that you can access this if you want an instant case study. Now I have that link and I'll paste it into the description of this video. All right, so one final example I want to show you is something I created for a roofing company, and they have this process where they get the engineering drawings, and they might be 150 or over 200 pages sometimes, and that's a lot to hunt through. So it takes 20 plus hours to hunt through those drawings. They include every single trade from the excavation, the foundation, the parking lot, on up to the roof, right? So for the roofing company, they've got to sort through those drawings, and oftentimes there's a roofing section, but there's also little notes that are before and after, and they can use control find to try and find some of the key words, but it takes forever and they're never sure if they found it all. So we created this thing, and which allows them to just extract all the relevant information. So I upload the document and then follow your instructions, answer the questions in your knowledge, using specific quotes and referencing page numbers where you found the information. So I've also said this in the detailed instructions that I gave. But as I said, the biggest weight when this is thinking about what to do is in the prompt. So you want to repeat the most important instructions in the prompt if you're having any trouble at all getting it. So what I did, I pushed go, and then it answers these questions. So it gives me the address, it talks about the insulation, the roofing materials, the instructions for adhering to the roof deck, etc., etc. So this is saving at least 10 hours per project. They still have to double check things. They still have to, confirm that they're getting the right information, but this gives them a good enough picture about it to where they can just take this information, and the next step is to just crank out that proposal. So this is just part of the process, but I wanted to show you that you can hunt through one or more large documents like this and use specific instructions that you give it once, and then look, all I had to do was put this little piece in. So that's saving 10 hours of work every time the task is done, which sometimes is on a daily basis. So they can do obviously a lot more work, they can bid a lot more jobs, make a lot more money using this tool. So using tools like this to save so much time is obviously going to be great for your productivity, your quality of life, your profitability, and it allows you to have space in the day to think through what's coming through next and to spend time on the strategic things that are most important on your plate. I hope this decreases your stress level. I hope this helps you be more effective in your job, and I hope that it helps you make ultimately a bigger impact and better profits for your organization. If you like this type of thing, like this video so you can help it get to more people, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and if you really want to learn more about how to use AI to improve the profits and impact of your business, then check out the link in the description. I've got a free webinar that addresses the biggest questions in AI right now. and I would love for you to watch it. I'll put the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.